There are 6 videos for work sequence demonstrating how the work sequence works. This is the first one. When you open our website, you will see something like this. Notice the URL indicates that work sequence I'm using is running on the local machine, not on our website. Now let me start. First, I'm going to load 2 sequences. This is the first one and the second one. Each sequence has a name and position in the network hierarchy, included in the parentheses. G stands for a group or the project. 19 is a group ID. O indicates that I'm the owner of the group. 299 is the sequence number within the group. These work sequences are in the execution stage. Each sequence has a root stage, that is where the execution starts. The execution path is following the vertical links. Some are sequential and others in parallel. In the sequence flow point of view, there are vertical sequence flows, which are pretty much the same as the vertical links, and there are horizontal sequence flows that cross the body of the states from left to right, controlled by click and or events. I will provide some details about this when I run into such situations. Each state has an indicator that can have 3 possible colors: yellow for ready, green for running, and red for complete. I'm going to have 3 sequences to show how the customer-producer relation can be used to construct a distributed network. 2 of the sequences are here, and the third one is in the other browser. Customer is a generic name referring some roles it must perform. On this screen, A1 investment is the customer. A customer sequence must be able to do 4 things. First, accept the qualification document. To find out where this role is located, move the cursor over the events. The floating text indicates the event's role is receive producer qualification doc. So the first requirement of the customer is implemented here. The other 3 roles are send customer acknowledgement document, send customer agreed document, and receive producer agreed document. Likewise, for a producer, the quiet electronics in this case must be able to do other 4 things. 1. Send qualification documents. 2. Receive customer acknowledgement. 3. Receive customer agreed documents. 4. Send producer agreed documents. You can add more functionality to your own customer or producer, but these are the simplest ones constructed for this video. Work sequence keeps track of all documents for the later review and constructing the final agreement by the sequence owners. Before any document sending and receiving, the customer needs to create and publish a project. Here is what I do for the customer. I double-click the root states to pop up the property page. Some of the fields were already been filled because those are the sequence properties. What the customer needs to do is to specify the project to be published. So I select a project type that is predefined by work sequence. Then I select a project class that involves the investment range. Then specify the project name, which is headphone. Bind these customer-defined events for the document routing, receive qualification document, send acknowledgement, send customer agreed, and receive producer agreed. Then I select the specification type and have the product specification typed in. The last step is to publish the project. I click the Get Location ID and got the project is going to be on the internet within 24 hours message. Now I'm done. I close the property page. For the customer, it is the time to wait for qualification documents from producers. Now let me prepare the producer. All what is needed is a producer's qualification document. This document and customer's product specification is the foundation of the customer-producer relation. The agreements from both sides will complete the relation if a satisfaction can be made. Now I double-click the root states and got property page displayed. After select a customer name, other three fields were filled. Next, I need to select a specific project. I drop down project type and select type 1. Drop down class and select class 1. Drop down project name and select headphone. From these steps, I showed how a producer to browse the customer's project. In the product spec type, I examined the product specification to decide whether or not to be a producer for this project. In the last step, I typed in the qualification documents for the producer I represent. I double-click the root states to dismiss the property page. Now I'm still the producer. I click the Send the Producer Qualification Doc button to have the qualification document displayed. Notice that a timestamp code in this document. Now I send it over. On the customer side, I read the first arrived document and save it. Immediately, a acknowledgement sent back to the producer. Now I'm on the producer side again. I read acknowledgement and save it. What will happen to the producer is that the producer may never receive a customer agreed document if the related customer reject the qualification contents. Now is the end of the first video.